sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Vesta 67's Workshop. Welcome to issue 71 of Legends of Ferrari, the die-cast 1/24 scale model collection from our good old mates at DeAgostini. Now, if you'd like to grab these for yourself and start collecting these, head over to their website. There's a clickable link in the description below. Pop, and you too can have these in your collection. What have we got this week? We've got the Ferrari 150 Italia 2011, driven by Fernando Alonso himself, folks. Let's have a quick look through the magazine. This is the 150th anniversary of Italian unification in 1861. Inspired the name of this race car for the 2011 Formula One World Championship. It didn't perform as expected on the track, and a number of technical and aerodynamic changes were needed. There you go. Tells you all about the car, what was changed and why, and what worked and what didn't. There's Fernando himself there. Loads of relentless updates, it said there. They couldn't stop tweaking this car, I must admit. And again, sometimes if you overdo all the changes, you actually start to lose the direction that he was developing in. And I think that's what happened here. This is the old style V8 that was adapted to KERS back then, which I do believe was the kinetic energy recovery system. Starting to change and add all the electronics to the cars, and yeah, something about the sound of the old V8s, V10s and all of them, it does. Yeah. 3 celebrations in one there. There's Fernando there driving a very vintage Ferrari there. Loads of blurb there about Fernando. There's all the stats there on the car itself. Look how young he looks there. Oh my God. It's a shame with Fernando because he's made so many team moves in his career, and 9 times out of 10 they've all backfired on him, bless him. He's been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it's one of them drivers, you know, he should have had more than the 2 world championships. And I often wonder whether he's going to look back and go, oh, I should have stayed where I was or whatever. But there he is there, looking rather young and ambitious. Standing on the podium there, British Grand Prix. And then we got profile there of Luca Colagiani. And he was the face and voice of the Ferrari team, bless him, yes. Very stern looking character there, isn't he? But yeah. So that's the magazine done. We'll put this to one side, we'll bring the model on, and then we'll have a looky look at what we got this week. And there it is, folks. Arrives in a nice big, super sexy acrylic case to protect the model. Ferrari badge on the side there, and then you got Ferrari F1, Ferrari 150, Italia, Fernando Alonso 2011 there. So what we'll do is we'll get this out of the case and we'll have a looky-loo around the car and see what we got, folks, okay? And there she is, folks. Again, looking how wide this front wing is. Coming right to the edge of the wheels, you've got your big old barge balls on the front there, double end plate, looking rather sexy there. Little winglet, mini wing on the front there, all mounted and raised. Same this side. Got your long, slender nose there with a little scallop in the middle, I notice, along there. Front brake ducts there, looking rather nice. Obviously, your driver's mirrors there. You can see the barge board surface there that comes round and fires air out and along the side. Again, the floor pan extending way beyond the sides of the car there. The classic flower vase or love art shape, whichever you want to look at, comes right down and then pinches right down into the rear between the suspension and then boom, straight out the back of the car there. Again, the very skinny wing on the back there. All your exposed suspension components on the sides there. Looking at it from the side, looking at how high up this nose tip is, comes right up in the air with the walrus teeth. bib poking right out the front there to the edge of the front tyres. You can see the barge bowl there. I'll just move my thumb out the way. You've got your vertical elements there coming around, little ripple in the floor there just to send the air up and just start guiding it along. Straight in, through underneath here, and then out through the diffuser out the back. Again, you can see there, very tinsy-wincy little opening. All the air scooping up here where the bodywork comes out the back. Got big old shark fin there on the back there, poking out on the rear. You got your silver and black wheels going on. All your sponsors along the side there, carried on with the red-black paint scheme there on the car. No halo, because it was pre-halo era. Inside the car there, you can see the PlayStation steering wheel with all the controls, buttons and flappy paddles at the back. The world's smallest windscreen there. This is the shot most people would have, or Fernando would have liked most people to see, which was the back of his Ferrari, but yeah, didn't quite work out for him. And then obviously you got the looming jaws shot there, and you can see quite clearly these big old walrus teeth holding the wing on. But how the air is forced through this, and there's a tiny little wing just stuck in there that then directs it down towards the leading edge of the bib. And then when you turn the car upside down, you can see a couple of other little elements poking out underneath that just flick the air in anticipation of sending it along the sides there. You can see your rectangular plank there, and then obviously underneath the rear diffuser there, the elements going on. But look how close the floor was to the wheels at the back there, how tiny that gap was. Also, how sculpted this front wing is underneath there, folks. Very elegant looking car, I must admit. From an era that, you know, the rule set changed and turbo hybrids came along, and yeah, but I do miss the sound of the big engines, but cars evolve at the end of the day. You know, the Formula One rules are constantly being revised and changed as times change in the real world. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful looking car. Again, another example of a rather sexy looking Ferrari. But again, it's just that iconic Ferrari red. It just sticks out, doesn't it? And every single one of these I've had in this collection are memorable in their own little right, you know. And again, I just love seeing these and the different technical changes and the aerodynamic changes and how the cars have developed over the years. It really is quite stunning to see. And what I'll do when this collection ends is I'll try and do a video of all the different cars all lined up so you can see the evolutionary changes in them. So there you go, folks. That is the Ferrari 150, driven by Fernando Alonso from the year 2011. Looking rather splendid even. So yeah, there you go. So don't forget, folks, if you'd like these in your collection, pop over to the DeAgostini website. There's a clickable link in the description below. Pop, and you too can be collecting these. Also, to help me out, if you can remember to like, hype, share and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment on the video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, stay safe and well. Bye-bye for now.